All right, guys, welcome back to Foxhound Finance, where we analyze market trends, financial reports, market news, and hunt down potential investing opportunities in the stock market using technical analysis. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you do not miss a market update from me. And lastly, please remember this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Okay, guys, let's get into it. So today, we had a pretty spectacular day in the market, I think. I'm going to start off with AMC first. Let's just get right into it. I don't want to do a crazy long video like yesterday. I want to make this a quicker update today because everything looks in line with what I've been saying. So let's look at that. EMAs, beautiful. Again, same position. It's like we barely moved, but there was still a lot of progress, if that makes any sense. I'll explain it here. So this bracket right here in the fractal is starting to play out very, very good. So we talked about this right here. The M is now forming. It looks like it's starting to V up to create the second arch over here. Similar, and I'll put the Bollinger Bands on too with this. Let's just take the EMAs off. It's irrelevant at this point because it looks so good. Again, resting right on this trend line here, bouncing off of it. Let's go over to this one and just compare real quick. Over here, you can see, right, where the green candle started to reverse this way. And you got your M, just like this. Same thing's happening over here, right? You're getting your first arch, and it looks like it's going to try to come back up, and then potentially down before the reversal. So again, we're getting this part right here to play out. It looks like this candle here is finally setting the tone for the upward movement, and I'll explain later why I think that's the case, and it has to do with the broader market, okay, if we look at the SPY later. So right now, AMC looks good. I love the positioning that it's in. I really don't even have anything much more to say than this, other than like I'm giving you guys a pattern so you know like this is going to take a little bit of time, not like crazy. It's not like it's going to take months, but like this is like within a day, a week. From the daily perspective, like maybe a week to two, I don't know, to 2 weeks potentially. Just depends on how far they stretch this move out, right? Like how far they want to like really play this pattern out. So it looks good. I mean, honestly, the fractal, everything looks lined up. So I don't really have a lot to say with AMC. I think it's in a good position. And again, guys, we're looking for this move right here. Something similar to this, if not the big move, right? The topping point move. So whether that's your 2021 style squeeze or if, like I said, we're building the new range. But that looks great. Not really much else to say here. I love where it's at. So let's move on and check out RIVN real quick. We were in another position here where we were battling key levels. That's really what we were doing today. It's like we were establishing support on key levels, or we were waiting for a fractal repeat to occur. And that's kind of almost a similar fashion for RIVN as well. Like when you look at this right here clustered up, not much to see here. Again, resting, starting to take some of the bands back. It's like a slow creep up, resting on the bottom Bollinger Band here as support, and then also the potential third higher low. And when I said third higher low, I do understand that this is at 1134. I get that. And technically, yes, this higher low here, right, was 1190. So technically, this isn't the third higher low. I'm just saying it's in the range, though, of this third higher low, because this is what basically where you found support and bounced. So you did bounce, you came up, but then you rejected down. So you came back in this region. So that's all I mean by that. So essentially the third higher low is going to be whatever the hell this is over here. And it looks like it could be in this range. It could be in the $11-ish range if we don't get a drop down in this range here, or even a double bottom like in the 950. But I think we look pretty good in this range right here, based on what I'm seeing. And also, I was experimenting today with this chart, and I'll tell you guys something. So I mentioned yesterday in my video the Wyckoff theory of accumulation phases, and like, what does that look like? Well, real quick, because I don't want to take too long, I'm going to try to speed through this, so stay with me. This range right here, we're on the weekly. Look at this channel, okay? Look at this channel. I took the two topping points here, right? Because it was in a downward distribution, right? But from right here, essentially, and you could even do, I guess, a channel from here to here down. But I like this one because you start, and we'll say this is the start of the channel. You're trading within it. You break below the channel, right? And then you come back up into this channel. And then look what you do. You're trading inside of this whole channel, right? Until you break it. And listen, and what I mean by this is like you broke this downward trend, right? You can see right here, this is all downward trending price action. You're getting lower and lower until you hit your $8. And then when you finally come back up above, you can see right here, you broke the channel. And when you came back down, like, look at this. Like, if I took it, you just can't do this right here. If I took this and pulled it down, let's just do a rough estimate here. You can see that it's now going away from the downward price action, and now you're going into that side to side, that accumulation phase. So for me, it looks like the distribution is finally over, and you are going to get those wave ranges in here. And it could get crazy, right? You could get crazy moves up and then come back down and then come, just have these up and down volatile type moves throughout the waves. But generally, I'm going to look to make a new channel. Essentially is what I'm looking for here. So when we get some more time and we build out a range, I'm going to also put a range in here to see how long we stay in that range for. And it's going to be our marker to see when we break out of it, right? To see where we're going next and what levels we go to next. So we're going to do it piece by piece. But I wanted to show you guys that today because I thought that was interesting when I looked at the downward channel. And you're going to see this later in my video in the weekend when I cover Unity and Nike. And actually, I believe AMD. I think I'm going to try to cover that one as well. But I'm seeing some similar things where they're about to leave this downward channel and go into their accumulation phase. And what I told you guys is, this is me. Again, this is what my strategy is. I want to get here like this and scrape up the bottom, just like the whales do, like I said in my last video. And I want to ride this wave up. And I want us to get back up here to this zone. Okay, in some fashion. Okay, so RIVN looks good. I love that. Real quick before I close this one out. I said potentially we might be playing a move like this where we'll get another wave up. This move here is like this move here, and you can see there's some green reaction coming, right? We looks like we might be reversing up here potentially. And if you look at the weekly from the weekly time frame, I should have just left this up because it gives you a better visual of what that looks like. You got the 2 candles here, 2 candles here. So next week, we want to see some kind of reversal like this if we're playing this sequence out. But again, we are now starting to get into this accumulation box. And real quickly, I don't want to go too overkill here, but like what I essentially would like to see is like a range like this. Well, shit, I already have a line here. We'll just use my line down there on the bottom. So this range up top, right here, this line, and then we'll say this range here, or even this one. Okay, this line and this line to be our trading range in here. So I'm going to look for that, and you may break out of the range a little bit and come back in, and you could also break a little below it and come back in. But I want to see this be the range. Your $9 to $16, it looks like, will be your sort of trading range, okay? So that's what I want to do. I want to accumulate in those ranges, all right? So that's it, man. That looks pretty good, and we will finish this video off with the SPY today. Let me get this back up here. Get the moving averages up. Back to the daily. And look at this. Last video I said this right here. What are we going to get? Are we going to get this move where we come down to the 100 and then rebound? Or are we going to get the move where we kind of knife down at this region here like we did here? And look what we got. So we haven't gotten this yet, and it's possible. I guess we could still get this if some news. And I'll say that with the SPY, we had the Zelensky interview today with Trump, and that got very heated. And it looks like, there could be some kind of market reaction built into those talks. I don't exactly know. I don't want to say for sure how that's going to go, but I don't know if there is some sort of a ceasefire deal made. Would that cause like our next wave up in the market? It's definitely possible. They could use that news as the narrative, right, for this to go back up to a new high. I could definitely see that being the case given the past and how, like I said, if you watch my last video, how they used the media and stuff like that to sort of justify some of what these look like predetermined patterns. So we got that. We got that today, and it looks like we reversed. Right now we're doing the V here. Boom, 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 boom. And that we're going to get something like this. And I guess this could create your double top. Like I'm gonna just like roughly do something like this. Like you could get something like that. That would put you in a 620 range probably. 620, you know, something like that. I could see that being the case. Something like that. And then we'll figure out what happens from there. But that's your reversal point. And that's what I saw today, guys, in the market. I think everything looks good. I think all the key points that we were watching looked on the money so far. Like you couldn't look at this any better, I think, honestly. So that's it for me today, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you guys are new to the channel, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. I want to know your thoughts in the market, guys. I want to hear your opinions. What are you seeing? What was your reaction to the interview today that they had in the Oval Office? I would love to even hear your comments about that and what your take is. I'm not super duper like a heavy into politics kind of guy, but I do understand the role it plays in the markets and the way the markets move, though, to a degree. So, again, always appreciate you guys, and I do appreciate the support also of you guys just, you know, like checking in routinely, checking the videos out. Like I said, and the guys who are commenting on the videos and stuff like that, it really means a lot because I do try my best to give you guys good information and also just the technical level stuff, really trying to get you guys in the best position. So love you guys. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. We're going to be breaking down some new stocks, so get ready. I will see you guys then.